Hey everyone, welcome to this full moon's update. Welcome to this life pull of cards to see what is going on right now in the full moon. I call upon your spirit guides, ancestors, team of archangels, spirit animals, spirit elementals that accompany you, goddesses and gods that want your highest good, to be present for this picking of cards for this full moon energy. And we'll start with animal deck today. I really do feel like starting with this one because I feel like there's a lot of like animal activity, animal totems, messages showing up. Just in general, a lot of like the attention flowing to birds, to those wild animals that are out there, even the raccoons that go out there in the city. This is something that's coming through, I think it's worth to mention because I'm being guided to. Okay, what's the first card? First card is the Cosmic Egg. Let's go one more. There's the Gazelle. Let's check them out. The egg. Okay, completion, harmony, the infinite within the infinite. The Cosmic Egg is a remedy for the fragmentation of modern life. It's through the power of this card that we are reminded of the cosmic contract written at the beginning. We hold on to life. Life holds on to us. The journey is complete, but it does not end. The Cosmic Egg and the 7th chakra. I feel like maybe some of the messages right now, it's the chakra, the top chakra, needed a little bit of contentment, perhaps a lot of us are really open to what's going on globally, and there are really painful things going on globally right now at the moment. And not that it has always not been that way, but right now people are being like really enraged, I feel. And not to say like ignore that and just go into your little capsule, but there's ways of doing your prayer. And I think that's gonna be like maybe protecting your crown chakra for the sake of you, rippling that light with your chakra protected. Okay, it says each of the 6 lower chakras plays an important role along this journey, and once the final epicenter of consciousness is activated, it is said to radiate the light of a million suns. Yeah, I think this has to be with a message of like really like encapsulating this energy, like the snake is around the egg, and really encapsulate all of the auras, are going to be balanced and protected. Perhaps, it's a snake here in the Chinese here, and also like that brings me to that. Um, you really being the wise snake, which is the energy that it portrays, and being able to touch into that to protect whatever you're like really being anxious about, and not being able to fulfill your purpose and your mission in your daily life, but essentially, what else is coming through, spirit? Let's look at the gazelle. Heightened awareness and ability. Vulnerable. When in balance, graceful, perceptive, and artistic. When out of balance, food allergies, insomnia, racing mind. Yeah, I think this is all of us right now. Like, for some reason, we are more reactive right now, and it's not a surprise. Around any full moon, like heck, around any new moon too, sometimes. But it's just to say that this might be taking your sleep off, or maybe something going around a lot of you, like it's taking your sleep off and you don't have the control, to be there and be of help and service. So you're better off like really watching out for your seventh, for your crown chakra, which is your mind, and clearing it. The gazelle is a fire sign, so I would say like maybe look for some things where you can get your fire out so it doesn't consume you with worries and anxious energy. To bring into balance, yin yoga, a cozy home, and good food. Okay. It says the hyper aware of their surroundings, bordering on hyper vigilant. And this can inhibit them from enjoying the beauty they've spent so much effort cultivating. I think the energies around right now demands for a lot of people to be hyper aware and vigilant because their life depends on it. But I also think there is this side of the coin for those who hold space and sunlight from wherever situation and space they can, to be able to transmute all of that worry energy, from your fire element. Actually, like fire, solar plexus, I see here, like, the three lower chakras. Yeah, the solar plexus, sacral chakra, and root chakra with the yellow, orange, and red. But yeah, I think it goes back to that fire and you centering maybe those lower chakras, which comes down to, grounding, being present, and practicing some meditation. But not necessarily just spiritual meditation, just also just acknowledging your emotions, in general, whatever you need to do that, that is up to you. It says no more worrying about all of those predators out there in the wild. When this card appears, it's time to get back to the present moment. Sit down, find your breath, and acknowledge the bounty that surrounds you. Let it nourish your gentle spirit. Yeah, I think that's a really need for that. And not to say stick your head in the sand, yeah, um, but sticking your head in the sand is not the same as so like enjoying the present moments and the love that surrounds you and the good news that are coming to you. All of that sense of like guilt too. The guilt blocks the sacral chakra, which is this orange here. That's what's coming through with for the gazelle. Let's check out your oracle, guys, for this full moon, spirit. What's going on this full moon? What do they need to know? Okay, balance versus. What do you need to know regarding this balanced forces? Inner Explorer. One more. Okay, and this is Awakened Awareness. One more wanted to come out, which is Shield of Lotus. Okay. The shield the lotus is calling me to read because I don't remember much about this card. But as far as I can feel up, like my throat is really feeling it. The internal explorer calls on you to really seek on those things that are inside of you internally that you can do right now. See her crown chakra here flowering with this lotus. I think it's time to really like find that voice because I feel like this is on her by her throat and really find what it is about that you need to really speak up right now, but maybe to yourself internally. And this can also mean speak to somebody else outside of you, but really is coming from your internal reflections. It's not, we're not here to tell anyone what to do in this full moon, basically, I'm saying. But yeah, what you've reflected on yourself. Yes, to protect your thoughts, to let them flourish in this like murky waters. You know that the lotus flourishes on 32 which comes up to 5, and that's the throat chakra. And I feel like that's very relevant for what the energy that I've been feeling and the balancing of the thoughts and emotions and being able to go really inside and okay, tell them internal little dragon beings, okay, guys, let's agree on one thing, both of us, and again a star here on her throat chakra, and let's speak up what we need to speak up, whether it's us only, whether we need to really have a shift of perception to really see, okay, where am I unbalanced and thinking that this person is the one that's unbalanced, but it's really my internal parts fragmented and not being like en un acuerdo, with it. But this shit, the lotus shadow work, addressing dissonance, seeing downfalls as the flip side of superpowers, loving yourself, back to wholeness. Yes, like balancing those forces back to wholeness. And this is of course also the crown chakra. Yeah, that's resonating a lot with the cosmic egg, and we definitely need to protect that. And be aware of that. Be really aware of that on this full moon. Okay, the beautiful lotus that grows from murky waters is empowering triggers, bringing light into your corners. Okay. Sensitivity in an area can be a trigger that shows us where we might want to spring clean some of our darker, forgotten, ignored, or hidden corners. Accepting our shadow is the first stage in restoring ourselves to wholeness and self love. Peel back the layers where there is shame, guilt, or fear and bring them into daylight under a loving and compassionate light. They will resolve and resimulate so you can re engage with your superpowers. Yes, go shame and fear. Those are the three lower chakras that came down here that need to be balanced or be more like felt in a way, felt even if it's murky, if it's uncomfortable, and be able to like bring them to the crown and really know like, okay, this is what I need to know right now. This is what I need to say to myself right now instead of wanting to control somebody else, instead of wanting to control a situation that's way far from me, instead of wanting to help, you know, in a WAR where I can't even and worry about that every day is just bringing the collective energy down, like the dissonance that the Lotus card is talking about in the book. Yeah, okay. So let's pull your last card, which is going to be Tarot. Do you know this one is the Tarot? Okay. We got the Empress facing down. Yeah, there's a sense of like you can't, you're so, maybe there's a lot of anxiety just going on around, guys, and maybe we can't even like give birth to those projects that we're actually doing right now, or we can't move forward with that right now. I think for the fact that a lot of things are going on like related to safety and being in a survival mode, I feel this is very resonant. I think there's a lot of insecurity going on around, and also like there's just a lack of movement with the Empress in reverse, and maybe some of us are feeling in that way, a little bit stuck in there. But yes, I think the advice here is to really believe that you don't have to feel guilty for any of those things. Transmuted it with the sugar lotus, right? And really acknowledging, really thinking like, I don't think I need to feel guilty for not being able to change some things right now that are very collective, or that are in my relationships, in my closer circles, you know. I think I do really need to like focus on what's going on with your strengths, and really paying attention to what does your soul and your essence really want here, okay? So you can move forward with that energy of maybe like learning spaces that you're in. For example, for a lot of you, I'm getting this as like a learning situation, and being able to really not feel guilty for you like having to take a lot of time and dedication, you know, because that's what it's all about, right? But let's get the last card. Affirmations for this woman's career. Please and thank you. This one. Allow myself to rest and recharge without feeling restless or guilty. Yes, everyone. Allow myself to rest and recharge without feeling restless or guilty. Maybe some of you just need to stop for a minute, yeah, in order to move on, okay? This is the moment I have been waiting for. Yes, for some of you, it's like projects giving birth right now that are like on pause for some reason, and it's as simple as that. It's not as intense or as, chaotic as you think, but it's just you pondering more upon your plan, your plan of making this beautiful moment that you've been waiting for, that it's arriving. Okay, I let go of the need to be perfect in the eyes of others. Yes, I let go of the need to be perfect in the eyes of others. Your awareness is shifting right now, and let it shift. Let it be so. Let it, take you to this mindset of like, okay, I don't need to please everyone and, appear a certain way in the media or anything, to know that I'm contributing, to this collective energy that is going on around, this collective healing that is always active and rolling. The ball is always rolling, and I think it starts home, right, with each of us, of how you do your own inner revolution at home and with your closest relationships. But yes, that is what's coming through for this full moon. I hope this helped you somehow, gave you some hope or some clarity. Please don't hesitate to comment below your stories or what resonated. And I'll see you in the next reading. Bye.